Got me?
Yes, I got you. You're good.
Okay. We approached this from a different perspective. This is a new program for us in engineering technology. This is not an existing, so data is limited because we're just now rolling out the program, but we use it as a means of kind of the early evaluation of the program. We also we had our advisory meeting with this, and with, I think, 17 to 20 different companies, we've been building this as a community event. So as I go through the slides, there don't have all the data we want, but as we start building data, Aaron will start accumulating this as our program gets launched here. So we actually followed the template that you gave us for this, and we actually followed the template. What the population look like in our service area? Relatively non-diverse, with a diminished high school enrollment and aging population with new residents. We've had a population boom, but a lot of the population have been retirees, have moved up here, and people getting close to retirement have been moving up to northern Michigan. So in our enrollment in high schools have been diminishing. So I don't want to say chasing population for students, but we're looking at programs that's going to lead them to kind of build a foundation. Which program are overrepresented the poverty rate, our tribal nation, and ALICE population with an increase in cost of living. Cost of living up here, I believe, has gone up between 25 and 30%. Housing is 50% higher than it was 2 or 3 years ago. So we've seen this huge influx of impact, and ALICE population has grown just because of the cost of living. And we are seeing non-skilled employees are the ones who are being less like a living wage. So we're trying to build skills, and a lot of our programs that we're building now include short-term certifications to try to accommodate some of that, to get those certifications forward. Which ones are being underserved? The tribal residents. We have a good partner. What programs are students enrolled in and completing at our college? Transfer degrees. We have AGS, AA, and AS. We're still primarily a transfer degree college. Our nursing program has been strong, continues to be strong. Our business management is a strong AAS. Early childhood, our paramedic program and EMS programs are growing right now. We have, I believe, 40 new students in our EMS programs, which is the most we've had. We've gone to our Gaylord campus to try to expand to central and northern Michigan a little bit more. Which group of students are underrepresented in programs, and the non-traditional students, because of the cost of living in the ALICE populations. What does the program lead to in terms of further economic? And once again, we are building on a brand new initiative up here. So we built this based on that. Provide engineering-based skills to allow employees to support industrial growth. We are focusing on Industry 4.0. We've aligned with SACA and other certifying bodies as we built this program. We're approaching it from a BATE certification, so we do have an accredited program for engineering. What are the forecasted trends? Industrial machinery mechanics, industrial engineers, and electricians are high. We are seeing, very similar to Montcalm, the trades is a high demand up here. So we are starting to build in some of the trades. We actually have a welding program starting at the college here. We have a partnership, but we're actually doing our own class here starting in October as a non-credit program. And we do have a mechatronics focus, which is leading us to the industry machinery mechanics with some of our labs. The program lead to employment support survival budget. We looked at the trades, we looked at the technical and the engineering trades, and we did target our programs around a living wage. The lead to employment, from working with the 17 companies up here, you're seeing a diminishing labor market up here, which is causing an increase in automation. So that automation training and the mechanics and the engineering capacity to actually support the automation is what we're targeting right now, to take that shift from a production line worker to more of a technician type of worker. Goal-related data, and this is where Erin has come in strong when she joined our IR or became our director of IR. Data resources, relevance of data, the usability of data, where data can sometimes become just numbers, application to program development, to program modifications, and we're looking at quantitative and qualitative tendencies when we start looking at data. Once again, we don't have a whole lot of numbers with this program because it is a brand new program. We're just trying to set a path right now. Key takeaways: institutions need to use multiple data sources to understand and meet student employer needs. Need to become more flexible to community needs. Perkins completers demonstrate, with the exception of a few programs, students need significant support to complete. So when we start building this program, we're putting mentors in place, we're putting mentorship. We have a strong LMS system that for some of our courses that allows a lot of virtual lessons as well as the hands-on lessons. From our population insights, and this goes back to the advisories and to the community outreaches, flexibility is one of the needs that people are asking for because they are working multiple areas. Our short-term trainings, non-traditional, they want relevance in training, which means they want more of an immediate outcome. We need outreach, and relevance of higher ed is not seeing all populations. At the college level, we have this under strong belief that education, higher ed is strong for, but what we're seeing is technicians, short-term certifications, and whereas higher ed is not recognized in all the communities as their path. We are doing non-credit bridging. So if we have third-party certifications that do align, we are aligning third-party certifications on a non-credit side with our credit curriculum. So when we're building this engineering tech program, we will have prior learning with it as long as it has the hours and the outcomes that meets. And for course outcomes, we are doing bridging and prior learning. Flexibility, removing the paradigms of education. We're really looking at short-term training and accelerated open entry, open exit type programs. And we're redefining student success from not necessarily a degree, but maybe towards certification or career placement. Program insights. We rolled this out last year on a non-credit side, and now we're starting to see traction on the credit side. We targeted college students and community members to retool and help prepare for new careers. We send surveys out to companies, and we end up going out and visiting them and looking and developing partnerships. So we have their incumbent workers are now coming for training, and they can get certifications that helps them as employees, but also we can cross bridge that into a credit curriculum. We have mechatronics, we have micro-credentialing with all these programs, whether it be PLC, robotic programming, and all those micro-credentials are skill builders for students, and where we have a bunch of laddering. We have a pretty strong manufacturing and CIS programs, and we're now an integrated CTE program. So our faculty in the CIS program is part of our engineering tech build for the security side. So we have a smart factory here that we've implemented, and we have CIS is now going to be building the security for that when we start putting it on the network at the college level. So we're looking at an integrated approach to the CT instead of working in silos. We're trying to bring them all together. Next steps. Barriers to college access and student success with institution, community, and workplace, accessible and relevant student employment outcome data, and then college stakeholders, including students, faculty, who need to see this information, and as we start marketing this out. Did I miss anything, Erin?
No, I don't think so. I think those takeaways are especially relevant for IR because it's just very hard to get labor market outcome data for our graduates. And so that's one area that we're continuing to try and build our resources around. So that's definitely a takeaway for me.
I talk real fast, Jenny, so hopefully I didn't talk too
No, it
fast.
was great. Thank you, Jim. That was good. That's a great start to look at this. And Aaron, I hear you about the graduate data. I think, one place that maybe you could start is with, diving a little more into the enrollment data as you're getting the program up and running to see who's in, who's coming into the program and how are they distributed across groups and how are their, then as you're watching their outcomes through the program, it might be easier to track them into the labor market.
Thanks.
Questions for Jim and Aaron? Thank you. I'm having so much fun.
Ashley here from WCC. I have a question for Jim. When you were talking about those micro credentials and those certifications, were those industry issued certifications or are they like a certificate awarded by your school?
They're industry specific, so we're working with SACA and SME and different organizations that have an industry recognized. We found that, we're proud of our certifications, we're proud of what we do here, but the industry may not recognize that. So we align with industry recognized, like the welding program, we have AWS certifications. So we're looking, everything we're doing, my background is engineering and a bunch of other stuff, but I look for that third party because that's what I'm looking for. Even on a CIS side, we have a full degree, but they want to see CompTIA certifications. They want to see other certifications, and we, as an employer, I'd want to see that. So
Our school seems to be pushing us towards those micro certificates or those short, fast certificate paths within our degree programs. But we, again, like you, I think prefer those industry issued, industry specific certifications. So I was just curious about that.
yeah, I think aligning those, I'm okay with providing our own. If they're not aligned to a third party certification, they lose value. And that's, I shouldn't say they lose value because my president would not like me hearing that, but the third party is really what an employer recognizes more readily because those outcomes are known.